Man, what it do? What it do? Man, it's your boy Low. Just want to hop on here and holler at y'all about something real quick. Man, where do I begin? Mobile, it seems like we've been had a brutal month when it comes to the gun violence. We done had a couple public places like the single theater that got shot up. I don't know really a lot of the logistics of what really happened. But man, I do know kids was there, and it was an unfortunate situation. It was a fatality involved. I know a while back we had two different park shootings. I know another individual ended up being uh, no longer here with us. Ended up being killed at one of the parks. One park, it was just a shootout. It wasn't nobody was hurt. Um, We just had some other violent things go on in the city. I think I heard about a 2-year-old being shot. Don't know if it was a boy or girl. Either way it go, it don't matter. It's unfortunate. And I don't know the age limits on all these shootings for us, who was doing the shooting, whether it was just young people. But I do know a lot of young people do a lot of the shootings. Not saying they do all of them, but they do a lot of them. Excuse me. It seems as though they know more about the direction they shooting in than the direction they headed in. They know more about their guns than they do themselves. They can tell you what type of gun it is, how many shots it is, uh, everything about it. You know what I'm saying? They infatuated with their guns more than they is themselves. They got more love for their guns than they do themselves. And it's just very unfortunate, man, that man, you have to deal with this in our communities, in our neighborhoods. And man, over the past couple of years, I remember a while back, this happened a couple of years ago. I heard about this story where this young lady, and I might be off about the story. I may be a little bit off, but it was about this young lady. She had picked her son up from her mom's house. Her mom's house, which is his grandmama. And she took him home, and he was at home chilling with his mom. So she said he asked to go outside. And I think he was about 4 or 5, maybe 6. Said the little man asked to go outside. So he went outside to play. Say he asked her, could he go in and get him a bowl of cereal, I think it was. So she said he go in, get the cereal, and he pulled a stool or something, I guess, up to reach the cereal. As he was doing that, some guys outside started shooting. A stray bullet ended up going through the house and killing the young man. Like I say, I think he was between 5 and 6, maybe a little older, but it wasn't that much older. But I think he was 6. Bullet ended up coming through the house and killing the young man. And then I read another story about a young lady that was laying in her bed a while back, and some people were shooting, and bullet came through the house and shot the young lady in her sleep, killed her. Just kind of made me think about the 2-year-old situation that I heard about. And then we recently just had the shooting with the young man taking his mom out of the game, and he ended up getting took out the game. Plus the single theater shooting, then the park shooting. It's just like I say, man, it seems like people know more about the direction they shooting in than the direction they headed in. And man, I don't know what it's gonna take to overcome something like that. I don't know if it's something got to change in the music, something got to change in the videos we seeing on TV for what we watching. I really don't know. But I do know that it's getting so bad that, people normally, they want to say, they want to watch the news, or they want to look on Facebook, or they just want to scroll on their phone and say, man, dang, man, you heard about what happened? You heard about this? Man, that's messed up. And they may feel some type of way, have some type of emotion about it at that moment. But then it's on to the next, right? As if it's like we started to become numb to it because it didn't happen so much in our communities. And we just keep looking at it on our phones and we keep brushing by it. You know what I'm saying? Because it hadn't hit home yet. It hadn't struck our neighborhood yet. You understand what I'm saying? It hadn't struck our family yet. You understand what I'm saying? And let's just stop for a minute and think how deadly this is, right? We're going to start with, until it hits your family, we're going to start economic first. We're going to start economic. We're going to start financial. If you continue, let's just say you bought a $200,000, $300,000 home, even if a $300,000 or better, or $200,000 or better. Let's just say you bought a $200,000 and close to $300,000 range and up. So you got a $300,000 house and up. Y'all got to excuse me, I got a little cold. So you bought this $300,000 home and up. It's a pretty fairly nice neighborhood for the most part. Quiet, peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say it gets to a point where the crime starts to creep up in it. Something starts to happen in your neighborhood. If you don't put a stop to that as a community soon, quick, fast, in a hurry, your house in your neighborhood ain't gonna be worth crap. You couldn't even sell a house to get out of that fast enough because the crime rate gonna be so bad at that point. You can beat them both that $300,000 home, remodel it from top to bottom, inside out, front yard and all, backyard. Now you could remodel the whole thing, right? Now that house that could have been worth $500,000, maybe $600,000, a couple years later, then went below what you even paid for. You paid $300,000 for it. It's down to like $270,000, $260,000. It's dropping because don't nobody want the property because of the neighborhood. The crime then went up. So your investment then fell by default because nobody in the community wanted to start speaking up about the crime that was increasing in their neighborhood. Now, you got an investment that then went to waste. Yep. Because you don't want to speak up, or you want to mind your business until it strikes your doorstep or until it strikes somebody in your family. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's just say you done spent that type of money, right? And you still living in the home and you hoping to be able to sell at some point. But let's just say you got a family member, young family member outside playing, having a good time. Lord forbid. We just using scenarios, but it's got to be said. So you got a young family member out there playing. Some fools out there decide they gonna get into it and want to start shooting. They strike your family member. I ain't gonna go as far as to say the family member may lose their life, but let's just say they fighting for their life, right? It can struck your doorstep. They fighting for their life, right? So at that point, now you mentally hurt, spiritually hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Spiritually hurt. And you praying to God that your child pull through, or that your family member, your loved one pull through. right? This is how much this is costing us as a community. It's costing us on a mental level. It's costing us on a spiritual and an emotional level. And then it's going to start to cost us on an economic level, which is a financial level, if you're not careful. So we can keep, as a community, we can keep looking at our phones and saying, oh man, oh, that's messed up, or that's effed up. You know what I'm saying? We could keep saying that. Oh man, you heard about what happened to such and such. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you see what happened at the single theater? Oh man, we better start pulling together, man, and getting this kind of crap to a house. You know what I'm saying? If you want your community to stay safe, man, you better get with your neighbors, man, next door to you. You better start talking to some people. Me and my neighbor, we talk all the time. You know what I'm saying? Me and him, me and my neighbor Chris, man, we sit down and we talk about this stuff all the time. We were just talking about this the other day. We working on putting some stuff together. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, people got to start putting together, man. And the first thing we gonna want to say is, uh, then when they get in trouble, they want to say, I got to go down here and deal with these folks. You know what I'm saying? Deal with these white folks. Man, that's the system, homie. It's everybody working the system. But the sad part about it is, especially with these youngsters, man, they giving their life up for nothing. That gun you praying to, that gun you know so much about, you ain't gonna have that when you go to the metro and maybe off the Kilby or Atmo or one of these other prisons they gonna send you to. You ain't gonna have that now. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna be in there for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Wishing you can come home, wishing you would have made a different decision. Man, y'all better stop diving into y'all emotions. And then the sad part about it, man, you know, we ain't tapping into the education. You know what I'm saying? We ain't tapping into the education. You know what I'm saying? The way we should. I don't know where we going wrong at. I don't know where we went wrong at. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't figure out how to get back on track as a community, man, it's gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying? Folks scared to go somewhere. Folks scared to even go take their kids to the park now, man. You know what I'm saying? People be traumatized behind stuff like that, man. Folks be paranoid. Some people have to even go get counseling behind being caught up in something like that, man. And it shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying, man? And you know, you want to put everything on the Justice Department, right? But the Justice Department, man, they need help. They can go get the criminal off the street, but they can't bring your loved one back. They can go get the criminal off the street, but they can't bring your loved one back. But if you start doing preventative maintenance, I guess that would be the best word for it, preventative to stop this stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you see, hey man, I've been noticing it's some little jokers been hanging out a lot lately around. I don't know what they doing, but it seems like they ain't doing something right. You know what I'm saying? This your neighborhood. This, you know what I'm saying? Like me and my partner talking lately, man. We done had somebody flying up and down the street. The speed limit clearly say 15, 20 miles an hour. But guess what? They'll shoot down the street like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? My partner say he told the people at the church that he know, the police them at the church, man, y'all need to step your game up, man. People starting to speed up and down the street. Y'all need to, make more rounds in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Make more rounds in the neighborhood than what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, man, let's just start pulling together as a community, man. You know what I'm saying? To keep the crime down, man, And man, let's start trying to, if you see some of these, I know a lot of y'all be like, man, I ain't dealing with them YNs. I ain't dealing with them YNs. You know what I'm saying? Well, if somebody don't deal with them, they're going to keep dealing with us. They're going to keep sending each other to the grave. They're going to keep sending innocent bystanders to the grave. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to keep sending babies to the grave. These folks ain't caring when it comes to this music and these guns. They're not caring, man. And I don't know what type of drugs they on. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. All these pills they taking, all these different type of drugs they doing. Man, come on, man. We got to do something better, man. And I was talking to somebody, and it's the second time I done heard this. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they was like, I was like, man, in the education, like, yeah, but man, sometimes the education is outdated. I was like, bruh, no disrespect. I was like, how's the education outdated? And they don't even know it. Half of them can't even fill out W-2 forms. I done seen this with my own eye. Half of them can barely spell and read. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know how to fill out job application. But the education is outdated. It would be outdated if everybody knew it. It'd be outdated if everybody knew the history, knew what they was teaching in school. This is free, and they don't even know it. A lot of them don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not learning a lot of things as I grow. You feel what I'm saying? But that's because I'm trying to educate myself. You know what I'm saying? So how can you say something outdated if everybody don't know it? It's outdated once everybody knows it. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't outdated because everybody don't know it. You feel what I'm saying? So man, listen. Man, I'm praying for our communities, man. I'm praying for the young folk, man. I'm hoping that we can come together at some point, man, and stop all this foolishness, stop all this unnecessary killing, man, because it's uncalled for, man. And listen, man, my family, my condolences go out to any family that has been impacted by this gun violence or the loss of one of y'all family members. My heart go out to anybody that's suffering from anxiety or being traumatized behind this foolishness, man. And man, listen, we definitely got to pull together, man, and do something about this, man. I don't know if we got to if they need to impose stricter gun laws. I don't know if it need to be something in place that lets people know that, no guns are allowed in public places. You know what I'm saying? If you got to put heavy security at a lot of these events, and man, just coming up with a stiffer gun law if that would need to happen. A stiffer gun law. Something that lets them know, like, hey, and that's another thing, man. They need to come up with a stiffer gun law, and these laws need to start being taught in some of these schools. Like, hey, this is the gun law. You get caught with this, you get caught doing this, know that this is, because a lot of these cats buying guns don't even know the laws, don't even know the rules. You know what I'm saying? They get hit across the head when it comes to them laws and get sent to prison. But I'm thinking, man, as a community, that's where you got to start at. Because they're not going to stiffen up them gun laws, because it's mainly the urban community that's dying the most when it comes to the gun law. I mean, to the guns. So the urban community going to have to be the ones that pull together and start going down now to your officials, your public officials, your mayors, your governors, whoever you got to start pulling together to go talk to and ask for stiffer gun laws. That's where you start at. That's where you start at. And if y'all got to come, and if y'all paying some type of homeowners association, man, that's another thing that needs to start being implemented into the dues that you paying. If you paying dues every month, every quarter, if you paying dues, that need to be something that y'all need to talk to y'all community people who y'all pay y'all homeowner dues to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to find out, hey, we paying y'all this money. What about a police presence? What about a security that roams the neighborhood? What about a police that roams the neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? Start keeping your neighborhood safe. That need to be implemented. If y'all paying homeowner dues, and for y'all that don't pay homeowner dues, y'all better get together as a community and figure out how to keep y'all community safe, man. Because if you don't, y'all go to work. A lot of y'all go to work. Your nurses, your welders, your truck drivers, you work at plants, you know what I'm saying, electricians, HVAC techs, whatever you do, boat work, you work on a boat, you know what I'm saying, teachers, a lot of y'all, nurses, a lot of y'all work hard. Y'all working 9 to 5s. Y'all working career jobs. And y'all working too hard to buy these nice houses and these nice cars and to live in these nice neighborhoods to start letting it go down because y'all don't want to speak up about the crime that's going on, about these young folks. Because you can keep moving. You can keep moving. Thinking you're going to move from neighborhood to neighborhood. Oh, this neighborhood getting bad. I'm finna move to the next neighborhood. Oh, get what? They tearing down all your projects. That stuff finna scatter. It's finna spread. So wherever you going, that's where it go. Because a lot of y'all got kids that's listening to their music. A lot of y'all got kids that while y'all at work, they entertaining this foolishness. And they gonna be beefing with somebody in the neighborhood. And it's gonna come to your neighborhoods if you ain't careful. So y'all paying too much money and y'all working. I don't like the cuss, but I'm gonna say it. Y'all working too damn hard to go to these nursing jobs, to go to these truck driving jobs, to go to these boat captains and tankermen or deckhands or whatever you do on these boats, working at welders, plants, even if you own your own business, even if you, whatever kind of business you own, you working too hard to acquire these things to let this go down the way you letting this go down in y'all neighborhoods. Y'all better start pulling together, man, because it's gonna get to a point. These houses gonna be too high for you to want to jump to another house. And houses ain't doing that, but going up, it's gonna be to a point you ain't even be able to afford to get you a nice house. So you better start trying to man the communities you in by asking your leaders and your homeowner dudes or whoever you gotta talk to get this stuff under control, man. We better start doing something about this, because until it strike your doorstep, you can keep overlooking it, but you're gonna think about this video in the long run. Hey man, listen, this your boy Low, man, I'm out.